Welcome back, anglers. I'm the Survivalist, and we return to Russian Fishing 4. So last weekend, I corrected old mistakes I had made the previous weekend, and thankfully, I don't think there was anything really new I had been mistaken about, or said anything wrong, correct, or that. So, some progress to, like, a neutral has been made. Right now, I am still debating on what I'm going to go for, like, for the next purchase from the, tackle shop, or the hardware store. I think right now it could be looked at in one of two ways. I could either go for, like, trying to min-max the silver gains, get the best and, like, most optimal gear to keep farming and getting, like, currency and stuff to keep going for things. But I feel like if I focus too hard on that, a lot of the series is just going to become the same rinse and repeat until, like, I do get the silver saved up, which I don't super feel like would be good to tackle, and feels kind of, like, in my opinion, a little unnatural of how you would play a game a bit, unless you, like, do know exactly what you want to go for. Or I could try going the other way and getting things like trying to get the shovel next, showcasing how that harvesting bait stuff work, that technically, yes, it will not be the most efficient or get us where, like, to better gear sooner, but at least shows out a little bit more of what the game has for, like, some optional things to go after and try out and stuff like that. I'm not going to make a purchase yet this weekend to let you guys raise your comments or debate about it below, so that we can kind of see what it is. But it's either min-max and kind of go with that for a very long time, or it's just try out a bunch of stuff and just see what I can include in the series as we keep going forward. So looking... Ooh, actually, this might be a productive weekend for us. Crucian carp are pretty easy to snag. The common roaches should be pretty easy at 50. I've been having decent luck with the Chinese sleepers of all things. The only thing might be the Bleaks, but those I actually want to check because I think I need the smallest hook size possible for them, and I don't actually know if I have that yet. So I'll just quickly stop by the tackle shop, see what's there, and maybe what we'll do is we'll try going to the back over here, because I haven't really been to that part of Mosquito Lake yet. Again, if I really wanted to go like hardcore, min-max, find most optimal spots, get the most optimal setup, etc., I could easily with all the community resources out there. But I feel like then it kind of becomes more too methodical in a way. Like, I don't know, you guys can let me know what you think about that too. Okay, so there's a tiny 24. I think 24 looks like the smallest, but it is pretty expensive at 780. But it might be... No, actually, tiny 22 is the smallest I could pick up there. Like, that is a tiny 20. Oh, it might be a mistake, but you know what? I am thinking of picking that up. Just because if we can start catching Bleaks, that might pay us off already if we can get that one cafe order complete. And my meters are all mostly pretty good. I do know if I do pick up the shovel next, that's also going to lean into having to buy, like, coffee or tea. Because every time you harvest baits, that's what your energy meter will go down for use. It's kind of like a trade-off. Spend your energy to get baits using the shovel. There will probably be a while before I get anything decent bait-wise through it. But it would at least start us out to being able to, like, begin along that. And you know what? Maybe we'll start right over here. So first thing we want to do is try the feeder rod out. And I might actually change up what I've got on this. Yeah, I'll go for the ready-made ground bait. And I think I'm going to go for the wet bread. Because if I want to start catching, like, the Crucian carps for that one cafe order. Okay, and then a little bit of tip I got was to close the reel. And just reel in a little bit. Yeah, just to keep the rod tense, so that way, if we do have anything on it, it's a lot easier knowing. I'm not going to use the spinning rod. I want to use our telestick. Change this out for the size 22 we got. And what is the smallest bait I've got? It looks like it might be the caster. 0.25 grams, I think it is. So we'll try that out. Ooh, hang on. We will try it out once I pull out the right rod. Ooh. That might be a good sign already. Yeah, we'll see if I can start catching Bleaks more frequently. Or at least... Oh, hang on. That's not the right one. No, bring you in. Oh, actually, you know what? I better take this one because it is... There we go. What do we got on you? Are you a crucian? I actually might need to check and see about making another ground bait for the, for this setup. No, looks like it might be a white bream. Or is it just a regular bream? No, it's actually a gibble carp. I think it's been a little while since we've actually seen one of them. Yeah, toss you out, set you down. Okay, close the reel. Reel it in until you hear the little jingle. And... Okay, right, that's the rod I do want. So let's just cast that out there. Okay, we can set you down. Now we pick you up and put you away. If I really want to be super, again, min-max, I'd probably have all 3 rods on the go at once. But I think I'll just try to keep handled with 2 and see how I do. I'm trying to think if there were any other small tips that came in that I should, or I'm possibly forgetting right now. I know I got linked one of the hot spots for Mosquito Lake. If I did want to really focus, I could. I went over, like, the little bit of the trick of getting the line tense on the feeder rod to make it easier there. What do we got? You're not a bleak. I'm surprised to actually catch you. You got a tench. I might actually have to look up and see what we need for the bleaks. Because I think I've only ever caught 1, but I cannot remember at all what I had on the setup for it. Nope, there we go, close that. I'm just going to reel in a bit, so that way there is a bit of tension, and if anything does happen to that, it'll be easy to go for. Okay, no, see, I think that was too slow. I thought as it was coming up, maybe I could go for it again. Okay, we'll toss that down, set her down. And, I mean, I know for how a fishing game is, a lot of it is just going to come down to the same things over and over again. But again, I just feel like if I try min-maxing, it might just feel like it becomes way too much of trying to pursue that. It's too hard. Whereas if I just, like, bumble around like an idiot, at least you don't know where he's going to bumble into next. So again, I'll let you guys debate and bring up your comments and thinking with it, but I just want to give you my take on how I feel for, like, how I might go forward for things. I thought you were jingling a little bit, but maybe that was just for me reeling it in. Yeah, I'll probably keep... Once I get these 2 reeled in, we'll move further down the shore there and try other spots. Just keep working until we do hit, like, that really far back corner I haven't been to yet. It's been there and way down here I haven't really hit yet, so we'll have to see what, if anything, special lurks around there. Some jingling, but not quite the full dip I need for, like, the 2-step verification. There's the verification. Alright, what do we got? Okay, we're looking for crucian carp. We just need a few of those, and that'll be an easy cafe order to complete. Looks like it might be another gibble. Yeah, I think so. Nope, crucian. Perfect. You're exactly what we were looking for. You know what? I'll put you away just so that way... I was kind of hoping this would have seen some action by now, but I guess not. Do I leave it or do I go? I'm just going to go. You know what? Let's put that away so we don't have the hook flying around everywhere in front of us. And let me see where's a good spot to try next. Well, we made it back to the drunk path. You know what? Maybe right around here is an okay spot. Let's get the feeder rod out. Do I only have... No, I should have more portion. Okay, yeah. I'm not sure why it's only like 2 in the top left there. I might have to see. Maybe that is all I have left of the portions of this. Close. There we go. When you hear the jingle, you can stop reeling in. At least I think that's how it goes. And toss those out. I guess one thing I should check is, I think it was... records? Yeah, so let me see if there's... Okay, Bleak was with the caster. Caster, a few things like that. The Chinese sleeper was actually with earthworms and that, okay. The rough, okay. It might just be depending on, like, general area of Mosquito Lake, too. It'll change up what I might catch. Ooh. Okay, well, that was a super slow dip down. Yeah, I'm not going to pull it in yet. We want, like, a fast, quick drop. Like that. Nope, still wasn't fast enough. Okay, we'll wait and see. But there was a Perch Cafe order, but I think it was for like at least 1 kilogram in sizing, so I don't think I have the means of going for those quite yet. I don't know if I just need to have to increase the hook size, or I might even have to worry about like the string strength as well too for going up that big. Everything we've tackled so far has been under 1 kilogram. So that might be a step up that I'm not quite prepared for. We'll just wait and see what comes. And if I was going to be really smart about this, I should have used like a... I think I have a like carp bait ground mix or something. Roach mix? Yeah, right here. Crackers, porridge, and sunflower oil would have been the 3. Again, there's definitely ways I could be so much more efficient about this, but... I think there is something just about bumbling around at my own rate, too. Okay, there we go. Oh, I think that's our first bleak. Indeed it is. Now, I can't remember how many of them I needed. I think it was almost 5. So it's still probably going to be a while, but at least we see I hit something towards what I was after. I am learning. As slow as it may be. Well, let's just keep going and see what else we can reel in. Oh, actually, this is already seeing quite a bit of... Not quite enough, I don't... Or maybe it... Yeah, it is. Oh, is that another bleak? Okay, I think that one's too small. Because I think it had to be 30 grams? We'll just keep going and seeing. But at least I've hit on to how to go after the bleaks. I think I had too big of a hook before. We did need the smallest we can get. You... Yeah, I'm just going to try that. I'm kind of surprised nothing's been on that yet. Oh. We're getting more sign from this. Just give me something more definitive to act on here. Come on. There we go. Oh, that's another bleak. Come on in, you little guy. There we go. You just made the cut. But that's what I like to see. You don't gotta be superb, you just gotta make this cut. And you are not doing a thing. I kind of want to stay at this spot until I can get, like, at least 5 bleaks of 50 grams. Just so that way I can, like, say for sure, okay, I should have that cafe order done. We can hand that back in. Oh. Getting distracted, and of course something's going after this. Nothing sharp enough to act on yet. Yeah, it's getting close, but nothing definitive. Yeah, see, it's just teasing it. There we go. Another bleak. Perfect. And that's another good size. So I don't know what it is, but this spot is great for bleaks. Not so much for carp. Actually, let me check to how our current mount is. 1, 2, 3. So if I can get 2 more bleaks, we'll move on from here and keep trying for some other fish. I might actually change things up to try for those Chinese sleepers, too. Oh, there we go. You know what? I'm going to stick with the tail. Yeah, this. Because there's definitely something on again. Come on in, you. Oh, right at the cut. You know what? I probably could have left this for longer, and I don't think there's anything on, but let me just cast out again and see. I should have been a little bit more patient with this, but felt like this one was just taking forever for any action to hit it. Okay, so close the reel. There we go. And cast this back out. So you can get 1 more bleak. And then I think I'll change up to the beetle larva, I think it was, that we were using for the Chinese sleepers. But after we get the last bleak, we will move downshore a little bit more. I'm not even sure if downshore would actually be a term. Like, how do you have an upshore and a downshore? I could go down the shore, or I could go up the shore, but it's not like there's a flow to it. Yeah, seeing a little bit of interest, but we gotta wait for the 2-step to go off. There's 2-step. Okay, what do we got? I'll take another crucian carp if you got. Can't tell what it is yet. Let's just bring it in as close as we can. There we go. Lift up. Another crucian. I think it's big enough for the order, but I'm not sure. Yeah, I did see this going off, but... Okay, there we go. Oh, and another bleak. How big are you? 59. I'm going to go for 1 more, just because I'm a little wary about the one that was only 50 grams. It should count, but doesn't hurt just be a little bit safe. But I do think the route for, like, getting into Russian fishing for would probably be to definitely stick hard with the float fishing and save up for your feeder fishing rod, because this is definitely a very helpful performer for everything we've done. And it's nice to be able to work back and forth between the 2 styles. I mean, technically they're 2 styles, even if they are pretty similar to how they operate. This is just so much easier to know definitively when you do have something on. And I don't... maybe it's just like the direction I was looking at, but it seemed like the game was a little more like choppy or laggy. Okay, what do we got here? There's some activity. And I think, too, I am also getting a better read of the behavior for the float with time. I'm kind of recognizing a little bit more when it's too slow, like that's too slow to act. And when it is clear to try bringing it in. And of course, now there's nothing. Maybe I should have acted on that, actually. We'll just have to wait and see. I mean, so far it has been fairly... Oh, there we go. Last bleak? Yeah, come on, be a nice size. Perfect. Okay, before I forget, we'll change this up to the bark beetle larva. Put you away. And with nothing happening to you, I think we'll reel you in and move on just a little bit further down along the shore. Oh. I did use up, I guess, the last of the ground bait I did have prepped, so I guess we'll be going into using the roach mix. Well, I think, truthfully, the roach mix was giving us a decent chance at carp, too. You know what? This looks like it might be an interesting spot to try for stuff. So yeah, let's toss that nicely out. Set you down. Close. There's our jingle. And toss that out to there. And just wait and see what happens. But yeah, there is like a complementary system of using like the feeder attachment for the feeder fishing rod from what I was told in the comments. So like if I do the roach mix, I should also be using the bait types that the roaches generally hit. Like I think it's bloodworms, earthworms, stuff like that. Whereas if I use the roach mix and then like the wet bread, it's not quite as potent or as targeting as it could be for them. But considering I'm after like any fish right now, I think it's okay just to like mess around with whatever I've got. Possibly, you know what? Since we are all the way over here for now, we'll probably keep focusing just with I've got in the tackle box or our toolkit and work our way around the far edge here. Oh, did that go down? I don't know. I guess maybe... Oh. Okay, there might be something... Uh-oh. First time I've had it freeze up like this. Is it snagged? I honestly can't tell. Okay. I'll set that down. This had a little bit of a jingle. I didn't think you could get like a float rod snag, but maybe you can. I don't want to tug too hard at it. Shoot. Okay, well, there went our very tiny hook, but at least I got the bleaks on it. Yeah, so maybe you can get the float stuff snagged. Okay, let's go for the tiny there. It at least did its job is the big thing. So, yeah, as much as it sucks to have lost the bit of hardware there, at least we got the bleaks, and we got that done before I lost it. The Chinese sleepers I was catching on the tiny hook, so maybe we'll still be able to see them. But maybe we'll just try catching these last couple things if there is anything that'll hit, and then we'll go forward. Okay, let me... I really thought something would have been on there with how it was, like, bouncing like that. Yeah, so that's one thing I'll have to remember is... maybe the float gear can get snagged, and I should be careful around, like, lily pads. But if I do get another snag, I am going to use the trick of just returning back to this map, or doing the travel back and forth to save the tackle. Because it seems like it is universally despised how the snags work in this game, and that you can lose your hardware from it. I can kind of agree with that, too. I mean, I know it does have the free-to-play aspect, but there's also a fair chunk of silver you can sink into just, like, little bits and pieces through. Is it H? No, it's F. Yeah, F is flashlight. I mean, it makes sense. Some games it's H, some games it's F. It doesn't hurt to try both. Or at least try one and see if it's that. And let me just make sure this is closed. Yeah, just to tighten that line up so that way if anything happens, it's easier to know. And we'll see about bringing these last lines in, and then we'll end this episode. We've at least got the Bleaks for sure done. We're only a crucian carp away, then I think we might have that. I can't remember if there was any... Oh, there was also just like going after the roaches too. But that, I might actually change the bait up here to complement what we're going for there. So I think if I plunk the bloodworms in, that'll give us a good chance for getting them. Okay, let's just see a little something. Anything. Is that a full moon or is that 3/4? I want to say it's a full moon going by, but I don't know for sure. Of course, it's when I want to see a fish just to try to wrap things up. Now it's completely dead. I'll give it another minute, or well, maybe half a minute, and then I'll wrap. Just because, as much as fishing does demand patience, I do have time limits in place. Yeah, I haven't seen anything from either, so you know what? Let's bring that in. Put you away. Oh. I guess... Okay, the fog rolled in is why the light all of a sudden went like that. Let's bring this in, and then we'll end this episode here. Nope. Oh, don't tell me it's snagged. I don't know if it's snagged or it's just like having a hard time along the bottom there. There we go. I think it might have just been having a hard time along the bottom there. Okay, yeah, maybe this isn't a good spot to be fishing at with the couple of snags I hit, so I'll keep going down next episode. But thank you all very much for joining me on this episode of Russian Fishing 4. If you did enjoy the video, be sure to give it a like, and if you have any comments, tips, or tricks, be sure in the comments right down below. Until I do see you in the next video, anglers and survivors, please remember, as always, to take care, stay alive, and happy angling.